Well, here we are at 808 Interstate 20 in Arlington, Texas. Okay, this is the back half of a two-story building. See the two-story building up there? Right out there is Highway 20 and the Highway 20 service drive. What we're looking at doing is taking a portion of this building, basically from this door to the right for a showroom, and our warehouse would wrap around this other existing center. What they have is this piece here they want to lease out to a different tenant. What the owner is proposing is putting a new storefront in here and adding in some windows for our storefront. Okay, coming around to the back here, you can see that there's plenty of space for truck access. There's also a 36-foot deep awning back here with 5 overhead doors. So what they're talking about doing as well is blocking in a couple of these overhead doors so we can take this first front corner as our showroom and kind of going from there. I'll do a drive-by in a minute and you can take a look at the outside of the building. Inside, what they have is essentially like an auto shop on the right-hand side and then some offices across the front section. There are 2 existing bathrooms that we may be able to utilize. Okay, this is coming into the door. Keep in mind, this area that I'm looking at right now would probably be adjacent tenant space. Ours would start at this wall, which is approximately, where are we at? About 45 feet to that outside back wall. You see we have 2 bathrooms. We would take up about 8,000 feet, so they would keep this as a demising wall, demise this across the back, and we'd have an L-shaped warehouse. Okay, all of these offices that are right in here, there's several little offices that we would just wipe out and create our showroom. Walking through to this back side, you can see we have basically open ceiling. The minimum height is 12'2". These are all 12-foot doors. Okay, so our showroom would be composed of this front corner. Alright, getting rid of these doors, and the remainder warehouse in the back. We remove these walls, so on. There was a little hoist here that we'd have to get rid of, which is nothing real special. Okay. And coming back around this other side. This would all be warehouse. This all suspended ceiling can all be dropped. There's brand new air conditioning in here that we'll just cap off. One of the little caveats we have is this piece from this wall back was an addition, so this is actually a bearing wall. You can see how I have little 4-foot nubs, a 10-foot wall, and a 4-foot nub. All of our electrical is on this wall, and these walls are structural, therefore that would have to stay. So we'd have to dance around a couple of these walls here. There's columns through the building. They're running over about 20 feet off of the front wall. We got about another 22 between those two, then 40 to the front wall as well. Alright, so that being the case, all this would end up being your warehouse, back to someplace probably right up by these windows, come across. This would be a new tenant or a different tenant. We would take the rest of the space. There are large windows, 7'8" by 7'8", and you know, we could do graphics on there or something like that. The phone system comes into the center section right back over here, which would work for our new office section, our new offices. Overall, it looks like a pretty decent space. They indicate that there'd be ample room for signage on the front of the building for exposure on US 20, and that's about it. So it could be an L-shaped warehouse, but I think this could work. And that's it from Arlington, Texas.